Hi everybody, I'm Christophe Paget from All About Space. This week was busy at Starbase in Boca Chica with the first glimpse of the Starship version 2 promised by Elon Musk and further information on the orbital flight test number 4. Now, NASA has down selected some lunar vehicles, and Thales Alenia shares some first structures of the Lunar Gateway, and we will conclude this episode with the 5 launches of the week and an impressive milestone from SpaceX. Starship 29 nose tiles have been removed, as you can see on your screen, so that may be related to the debris which came out during Starship 28 descent in the IFT number 3. Now, as a result, SpaceX must be modifying the way these tiles are held onto the structure. Now, the Star Factory now is continuing its expansion, with the side close to the Highway 4 being covered with metal sheets and glass panes. A further expansion of the factory can be seen reaching more and more the high bay. Despite the fact that the large building is not completed yet, SpaceX is anyhow using the factory to construct new Starship sections. You could see here the nose cone, probably a version 2 improvement with less welding and long panels. You could see also on the left hand side a version 1 nose cone with the side panels being shorter compared to version 2. Another improvement of Starship version 2 is its payload door. So as you can see, the design has been replaced with something more rounded on the edge, a modified stringer reinforcements on the inside, for which you can see the welding lines on the right hand side of the door area. Now, the door also was placed further down on that section, allowing more payload to be added. Now, in Florida, we could see the pillars of the launch mount in Space Launch Complex 39A being removed. Now, why, you may ask? Probably to implement this giant shower as the deluge system before adding the launch mount legs. Back at Starbase, the current launch mount is getting an upgrade after IFT3 with new cryogenic pipes being added to the booster quick disconnect and his hood put back to protect these pipes. Finally, booster number 11 was rolled out to the launch site and placed onto the launch mount. Now that is a good news because it means most changes or upgrades have been carried out to make room for further static testing of booster number 11. SpaceX carried out static fire of his booster number 11. And Elon was kind enough to let us know that the next orbital flight test number 4 with booster number 11 and Starship number 29 is targeted for next month. So let us wait patiently for this event and see if both vehicles can pass major milestones in terms of reusability. As you may know, on the 8th of April, we will have the Earth's moon totally eclipsing the sun, something happening every 375 years on average. Earth isn't the only planet in our solar system that experiences solar eclipses. Mars does it too. So whilst Martian moons aren't the right size or distance to fully cover the Sun, NASA Perseverance rover recently spotted Phobos, the larger of the 2 Martian moons, with a diameter of 14 miles or 22 kilometers, passing by the Sun. So this video you're looking at shows the transit of Phobos in real time. March 30th, SpaceX launched a Falcon 9 with a Eutelsat 36D satellite to geostationary transfer orbit from Florida. Now, the first stage landed on a drone ship for its 12th time. The next day, another launch from SpaceX with its Falcon 9 for another batch of 23 Starlink V2 Mini from Florida and landed on the drone ship for his 18th time. By the way, this was the 260th reflight of a Falcon booster exactly within 7-year span. And not bad for a new and private company like SpaceX. Also, on that day was a Roscosmos flight of his Soyuz 2.1B from Kazakhstan for his mission RESURP P number 4. April 2nd, SpaceX launched another Starlink batch from California, this time for his mission Group 718. The booster flew for a 15th time and landed on a drone ship. On the same day, China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation launched a Long March 2D in China with its Yogan 4201 remote sensing satellite on board. And that is your summary of rocket launches of the year so far as of the 1st of January 2024 and today. This week, NASA has down-selected 3 lunar terrain vehicles for its Artemis 5 mission, sending humans to the surface of the moon with a fixed-price contract of $4.6 billion behind it. Now, the 3 contenders are Team Lunar Outpost with its Lunar Dawn, Team Intuitive Machines with its Moonracer, partnering with AVL, Boeing, Michelin, and Northrop Grumman, and finally Team Astrolab, partnering with Axiom Space and Odyssey Space Research. Now, all designs are fundamentally different from each other, and the next phases of the contract will surely see NASA influencing their design further. The primary structure of the Lunar Gateway space station, called HALO module, standing for Habitation and Logistics Outpost, is one step closer to launch following welding completion at Thales Alenia Space in Turin in Italy. Now, HALO is one of 4 gateway modules where astronauts will live, conduct science, and prepare for lunar surface missions. NASA is partnering with Northrop Grumman and their subcontractors Thales Alenia Space to develop HALO to be launched during Artemis 4. If you would like me to prepare a video on the Lunar Gateway, just let me know in the comments. I leave you this week with an awesome picture from the Hubble Space Telescope of ARP-72, a very selective galaxy group that only includes 2 interacting galaxies, NGC 5996, that's the large spiral galaxy in the center of your screen, and NGC 5994, its smaller companion in the lower left of the image. Both galaxies lie approximately 160 million light-years from Earth, so that is 1.5 sextillion kilometer or 0.9 sextillion miles. And their cores are separated from each other by a distance of around 67,000 light-years or 634 quadrillion kilometers or 394 quadrillion miles. Whilst this might still sound vast, in galactic separation terms, it's really very cozy. Now, for comparison, the distance between the Milky Way and its nearest independent galaxy neighbor Andromeda is around 2.5 million light-years. NGC 5996 is roughly comparable in size to the Milky Way. It's not surprising that NGC 5996 and NGC 5994, so close to each other, are interacting with one another. Now, in fact, the interaction might be what has caused the spiral shape of NGC 5996 to distort and apparently be drawn in the direction of NGC 5994. It also prompted the formation of the very long and faint tail of stars and gas curving away from NGC 5996 up to the top right of the image. This tidal tail is a common phenomenon that appears when galaxies get in close together. Thank you for watching your episode of All About Space. I'm Christophe Paget and I wish you a great week. See you in a week. Goodbye.